Morning traders, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So a couple of things are bugging me, and the first thing that's bugging me is this pattern that we see here. So these three bars, you've got a range bar, which is indecision, then you've got a pretty strong green bar which closes on its high, and then we had a gap down and we had a close below the close of the previous day. Okay, so if this was the other way around and happening at the bottom down here, and the color of these bars was different, you would see that as a fairly strong bullish signal, and it's an opportunity to buy. At the moment, I think this doesn't look very promising for any further rallies at the moment. So oscillators also green, we've got a bit of a crossover happening, and when that crossover like this, it's normally a fairly violent move to the downside. Okay, so if we just drill down to the 3 hour, there's a few things that I can see at the moment. So the first thing is there's obviously a top of some interest here, and there's obviously a bottom of some interest here. So that to me is a range. Okay, so we've had a fairly strong move to the upside, and now we've gone into a range. If we take it on the sort of 3-4 hour time frames, and we count the bars that are in this range at the moment, it is 11 right now, which is still far less than 20. Okay, the reason why 20 for me is a magic number is when you range for 20 bars or longer, then the probability of a break continuation to the upside is reduced dramatically. Then you've sort of got a 50-50 chance of going up or going down. So in other words, high probability that you're just going to stay in the range. So that's on with the higher time frames. If you go down to the hour, obviously that theory is now more than likely blown. I haven't looked at it yet, but we'll look at it now. So that is 49 hours, so it's 49 bars that we've been sitting in this range. Okay, so probability is we're probably going to range today, also being a Monday. So basically you're looking for buying opportunities off the bottom here, and your stop area is going to be somewhere in this area. Okay, so if you can get an opportunity to buy, you're looking for a 120 point stop loss at the moment. Okay, looking at the hour as well, you can see oscillators are grouped to the downside. This downside move on Friday was pretty much profit taking from the long, and people getting out the market, not wanting to hold the market over the weekend. If you look at our futures market on the DAX right now, we are up 0.59%. So looking like a little bit of a gap up. So I think advice to you today on the DAX, we just wait for our lower time frames to come up. Take a 12 or a 15-minute chart. Take cognizance of these two levels here. Look at my oscillators. So you'll probably find a bit of a gap up. You're going to look for some kind of a pullback, some kind of structure, and then you're looking to trade this to the upside. What we do want to take note of, the gap is fairly far to the downside. But if any break and retest of these two levels here will typically give us an opportunity to be buying again. To be selling again. Okay, so for me today, I think trade the range, buy from the bottom and sell from the top. That's pretty much what we're looking for. And I'm not going to be able to give you levels at the moment. But if we look at this, you should get a gap up, look for the retest, so long as we don't break below these levels here. If we do break below these two levels here, 9421 and 9490. The other thing to just bear in mind is that if you look at the lower time frames right now, we do have a grouping of the oscillators as well. So I do expect the buyers to step in here. I don't think there's been much pandemonium in Europe over the weekend. The US is a different story, so that may impact us later in the afternoon, but I think Europe is fairly stable at the moment, so I really expect sort of a range trade. Okay, lastly, on the lower time frames, you can see, even as with all the confusion, all these tails and barbed wire in there, just follow the trend. The moving averages are showing you it's moving to the down, and then we start going up and above, up and below the moving averages. You can see there's a little bit of a triangle that formed here as well. So there was our trend, and there was our trap forming. So there's a triangle break. So the buyers came in here, driving us to the upside, and then the sellers came in to take profit at the end, not leaving stuff over the weekend. So I think for me at the moment, this is looking like an opportunity to trade the range. So looking for opportunity to buy in this area, and then either use a trading stop or take profit, put your levels in, and take profit at those different levels. There's no real levels on the 3 hour, maybe on the hour. Every single one of these tails, so if I use this line here, there's a level, see there, here's another level, there's a level there, and this one looks fairly significant. So if we do get back to this and then move down, look at the moving averages on the hour, trend is down. I'm just concerned that it's a range. So if we break above this level of 9741, then you probably expect the gap to the upside close, top of range, to be tagged. If we reject this level and the moving averages stay like they are, that's an opportunity to be selling. And what you'll have then is a fairly strong shoulder, head, and shoulder, or cup and handle. And then what you're looking for is a move to the downside of approximately something like this, which will probably tag the gap, or fairly close to it. And there's my level I reckon that we'd be tagging. Okay, and then obviously there'll be some early profit taking at that level as well. Okay, so that's kind of the structure that I see at the moment, and I just delete the noise. Let's just back this up with a little bit more. So if you're reading between the lines, I'm starting to lean towards a range break to the downside here. So we do have the structure here, and we are bottom of range pretty much around here. So what you would expect is some kind of a pullback to test a breakout level, and the breakout level could be this trend line or any one of these tails here. And then possibly a move to the downside. But anyway, it is a range, so I think trade the pattern that is applicable on the higher time frames. And if I look at the 4 hour, this is a range. There were buys in the past here, so that's what I'm expecting. If we break through this, it's a double top on the higher time frames, or it's a range break, and then you're looking at more than likely that gap to close. Okay, but I think wait for the market open. Don't even try to trade this in the pre-market, the hour before the market opens. Just sit back, drink coffee, and watch it, and pick it up there. So two scenarios: it's either going to be a range trade back to the top, or it's going to be a range trade double top break to the downside. And it's a 50-50 call. It can go either way. Okay, so what you want to be doing is just watch for those levels. If that level to the downside breaks and you have it on like a 15-30 minute candle, it's more than likely a possibility to just get in pretty wide stop and ride it down to the gap close at the bottom, or just above the gap close, just to be safe. Okay, anyway guys, that's my trade plan for today on the DAX. I still do see a fairly big head and shoulders here, inverse head and shoulders. There's a shoulder, there's a head, there's another shoulder. So this could come back to form a deeper shoulder and then move to the upside. Okay, and we are in a bigger range as well. So there's just so much going on at the moment, but I think what you want to be doing is pick it up on the lower time frames and just trade what you see. Okay. Anyway guys, hope it helps, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.